She missed the bus by 3 seconds. She watched it pull away from the stop, the red taillights disappearing into the morning fog. 3 seconds. Maybe 4. If she hadn't stopped to tie her shoe, she would have made it. Sara stood there on the empty sidewalk, her bag hanging off one shoulder, her coffee still warm in her hand. She was already late for her job interview, the most important interview of her life, the one she had prepared for over 2 weeks, the one she had dreamed about every night. She sat down on the cold metal bench and stared at the road. "This always happens to me," she whispered to herself. "Always." Sara was 26 years old. She had graduated 2 years ago with good grades and a heart full of hope, but the world didn't welcome her the way she thought it would. 12 interviews, 12 rejections. Some companies never called back. Some said she was too inexperienced. One interviewer looked at her resume for less than a minute and said, "We'll be in touch." They never were. She had started to believe something was wrong with her, not with her skills, not with her resume, with her, like she was missing something that other people had, something invisible. Her mother would say, "Be patient, Sara. Everything happens for a reason." Sara used to nod, but inside she was tired of hearing it. Patience felt like just another word people used when they had nothing useful to say. That morning, sitting on the bench, she took out her phone to call and cancel the interview. Her hands were shaking a little, not from cold, from defeat. But before she could dial, an older woman sat down beside her. She was maybe 60, small and quiet. She wore a simple gray coat and carried a cloth bag with vegetables inside. She looked like someone's grandmother, ordinary, calm. She glanced at Sara's face and said, "You missed it too?" Sara nodded. "The bus." "Ah," the woman smiled softly. "I miss it sometimes on purpose now." Sara looked at her. "Why would you do that?" The woman looked at the road. "Because I used to run for every bus in my life. I would run until I was breathless. And one day I realized the times I missed the bus were the times something better found me." Sara didn't say anything. She wasn't sure if she believed that. It sounded like the same kind of thing her mother said. The next bus came 20 minutes later. They both got on. The woman got off 2 stops before Sara. Before leaving, she turned and said one thing. "The right door never closes on you early. Only the wrong ones do." Then she was gone, into the fog, just like that. Sara sat with those words for the rest of the ride. She said them quietly to herself. "The right door never closes on you early. Only the wrong ones do." She arrived at the interview 45 minutes late. She walked in expecting to be turned away. She had already planned what she would say, an apology, an explanation, a goodbye. But the receptionist looked up and said, "Are you Sara?" "Yes, I'm so sorry. I missed the—" "It's okay. The interviewer was stuck in traffic too. She just arrived herself. She's ready for you now." Sara stopped. She walked into that room with her heart still beating fast, but something had shifted in her chest. Something small but real. The interview lasted 40 minutes. It felt less like a formal question and answer and more like a conversation. The interviewer was relaxed. She laughed twice. She asked Sara what she truly cared about, not just what she could do. Sara spoke honestly, more honestly than she ever had in any interview before. She got the job. But that's not the lesson. The lesson came 3 weeks later when Sara found out that the bus she had missed that morning, the one that left 3 seconds before she arrived, had been in a small accident on the main road. No one was seriously hurt, but it was delayed for 2 hours. Every passenger on it missed their morning completely. Sara sat down slowly when she heard this. She thought about the woman in the gray coat. She thought about her mother's words. She thought about the 12 rejections before this moment. And for the first time, she didn't feel angry about any of it. She understood that she had been trying to force open doors that were not meant for her. She had been running so hard, so desperately, that she couldn't see the road she was actually on. Every missed bus, every rejection email, every silent phone, every night she cried and wondered what was wrong with her. None of it was punishment. It was direction. Patience is not a passive thing. It is something deeper. It is trusting the road when you cannot see where it leads. It is continuing to move forward even when nothing is working. It is letting go of the doors that won't open instead of bleeding your hands on them. Sara learned that the hard way. And maybe you are learning it right now too. Maybe you are standing at an empty bus stop in your own life, watching something you wanted disappear into the fog, feeling like you are always 3 seconds too late. But you are not broken. You are not lost. You are simply not at your stop yet. Keep going. If this story touched your heart, please take a moment to like, share, and subscribe. Every week, we bring you calm, meaningful stories that remind you of what truly matters. We're glad you're here.